only want to be submissive when it fits them. They'll be submissive when we going on trips and when I'm paying the rent and whenever they car break down, I'm getting it fixed and whenever everything else is going good. When I tell you don't go to the club, it's a problem. You submissive whenever you want to be. But whenever I tell you to do something you don't want to do, now you're no longer submissive. That's not going for me.
If a man came along, let's say y'all both make $500K a year. He's making $70K. He got a business plan. He got a vision. He's working towards that day in and day out. And you would have to look up at him on all the intangible. Does he get a chance?
No. I would rather be single. This is the thing.
Wow.
Let me tell you why. I have gotten to a certain point.
You think men would be happier if they are married and providing for a family?
I don't think marriage or the institution of marriage is the only way a man can be happy.
That's not what I said. I said generally happier. Do you think men will be generally happier if they're married, providing, and have children?
It's not about a dollar amount. It's not, oh, okay.
It is, though.
No, it's not.
Because he can lead in other ways.
No.
And with finances,
You've got
even if
to
you make
lead
more.
the household. You can, look, money doesn't buy you happiness, but it buys you.
I'm not listening to man, I'm so sorry.
If you was in a long-term relationship with a man, would you want him to take full control over the health and wellness in that relationship?
No.
No?
Why is he telling me what to do?
What if he knows a lot more about fitness and health?
He doesn't.
The reason why someone that's 45 is trying to talk to you, you're young.
I'm not gonna hold y'all. Controversial take. I think women only have these opinions now because women have focused more on their careers, education, and being independent. They're older in age, and now they're pushing these agenda more only because they're now at an age to settle down now where they're in their 30s. You guys are all against these men dating younger women because it takes options away from you guys. Guys, your age now will go to younger women.
Oh, I didn't know.
All right, welcome back to Conversations. I have a fun pack today. Literally, I think I have about 10 videos, maybe 9 or maybe 8. I think it's about 9 or 10. So we have a lot to go through. If you are first time here, I will really appreciate it if you can give this video a thumbs up. If you want to follow, please go ahead, follow, hit a subscribe button, hit that notification button, and I really appreciate you for that. Checking the stats last night, I noticed there were a lot of people that listen, and more than 50%, 60% actually are not subscribed, but it does say that they are constant listeners. So if you will really do me that favor and just subscribe, I will really appreciate it. That being said though, I will just give it a minute so you can do that while I take a drink here, and then we can go through a bunch of these videos that I have. All right, thank you if you did. I appreciate that. I appreciate you for doing that. So let's go ahead with it. Let me go ahead and start with this particular video.
What you bring is just an addition to what I already have. No, because I make my own money.
So what?
So what do you mean, so what?
So should I
be 10K?
No, I'm saying, why is it an achievement that someone is providing for themselves?
It is an achievement. Do you know why it's an achievement? Do you know why it's
because
an
you can put food in your mouth and you can pay your rent. It's an achievement.
For myself.
But we are living, guys. Everyone must.
For myself.
So what?
I think
no, I'm asking, guys. So why is it I'm asking, why is it an achievement?
This is one of those things that it's been a back and forth for a while, right? And I think if you look at the guy's reaction, he genuinely is confused. And I can understand why, some of these Africans don't know this. So I think he being an African and the lady too being an African, my guess is that the lady has been on this media space listening to this feminism and feminists and stuff talk about some of these things. But he is a little confused, unless he's actually playing the devil's advocate here, trying to refute her point using a different route. But he looked confused, like, how is that an achievement, right? So the thing is that, unfortunately, in this modern day, when the things that a person is supposed to do for themselves, for example, if a guy is actually providing for himself, paying his own bills, pays for his mortgage, pays for his car note, insurance, all that stuff, he's not genuinely like seeing that as some sort of a big achievement, unless he's actually able to do this and exceed beyond that, right? Then it's somewhat an achievement, because it's no longer the basic necessities that you need for your life. However, when you go to the other side, yes, when you go to the other side, they actually do believe, yeah, just because I'm able to pay for my own car, my rents, the basic necessities that I need for my own existence, It's some sort of an achievement, and I don't need a man. It's like, wait, but you're supposed to do that for yourself. Nobody's your pops. Nobody's your mom. You're supposed to do this for yourself. Most of the time, that is where the confusion is. It's like, you are providing for yourself. Like, who is supposed to do that for you? You are an adult. You're no longer a baby. Your parents are not going to feed you. So you are supposed to do this for yourself. So how is that some sort of an achievement? But unfortunately, the what do they call it? The third wave feminists? I think that is what they call it. Because I think the initial feminism and what the feminists believe initially is not what the modern day feminists believe. And I think they call that the third wave feminists. They have kind of twisted it a little bit. And it's gradually going to the point where there is a little bit of hatred towards men. And if you go to the other side too, there are like certain red pill folks that have hatred towards women. And I don't know if it's the media playing into this hate game, gender wars. I don't get it. I don't understand. I think we are both equally important and we are both half of the pie. We come together, we make the full pie, make it work. But I don't know how, some way, somehow, this turned into some gender wars and everything is just arguing and fighting. But all the same, it doesn't stop the fact that the things that you are able to do for yourself, you are supposed to do that for yourself. If we all call that an achievement, then everybody has something they have achieved. Because everybody that is able to foot their bill, work, pay for their car note, their mortgage or their rent, their phone bills or insurance, all that stuff, it's like, yo, you're supposed to do that for yourself. It's part of the basic necessities for your existing.
Let's say y'all both make $500K a year. He's making $70K. He got a business plan. He got a vision. He's working towards that day in and day out. And you would have to look up at him on all the intangible. Does he get a chance?
No. I would rather be single. This is the thing.
Wow.
Let me tell you why. I have gotten to a certain point because
I think she will give a lot of reasons to prove her point. And I'm not saying she doesn't have a choice. I think she does have a choice. Everybody got their own choices, their own opinions and things, just like I'm sharing mine with you now. So she does have a choice to decide and say, hey, I'm not really with it. But if we're gonna actually look at the situation in itself, if every part of the man being a man is there and financially he is not making enough, it doesn't really count. So at the end of the day, it's more about the finance for you. No matter how you try to justify it, it's more about the finance. Because he can do everything else a man is supposed to do for his woman. Even with the 70,000K, he probably is going to pay all the house bills with it. As he's supposed to do in his part. He will take care of everything he's supposed to take care of. But just because the money is not enough, ultimately, it boils down to the money, not necessarily you being a man. Not necessarily you doing what is expected of you as a man in a household. It boils down to finance. And you know, there was one thing that I've been saying recently, that people are so poor, all they know is money. Don't let it get over your head.
Built to a certain point. I am disciplined in everything. I'm disciplined in relationship with God, in my emotions, in my mentality, in my energy, in my body, and how I eat. I am very disciplined. And so I would expect that a man is the same thing. Because when you're disciplined, whatever you do the most is what compounds in your life. Why would I not give a shot to a person that makes $70,000 a year? I could put you on. Hell, I could even hire you. Come on, let's work together. We could do all of that. But as far as my man, because this is the thing, I refuse to give into a life where I start to feel like I can't have it all.
That's where the insatiableness and the gluttony, because if you already have it all, why do you need a man to give you more? Like, that's the part of the conversation that I just cannot.
Exactly. If you think you got it all, why do you need a man in the first place? Unless there was something missing that you need a man for. And if it is not money necessarily, like you were saying that you got a lot of money, you are disciplined in all areas, which I agree with. Be disciplined in all the areas, your health, your finance, everything. But somebody can be disciplined and just not hitting to where they are going yet, but they are going to that target. Maybe you are ahead of that journey, but they are coming to that target, right? So if you have it all already and finance-wise you are good, what do you need a man for? Intrinsically, you do know that what you need a man for is not necessarily money. But you have convinced yourself, if he doesn't have enough money, then he can be who I want. But what you want is not really money though, because you already got the money, right? So it's not really that, which is what the lady is pointing to her. It's not really that. If you got it all, you wouldn't need a man. If you need a man, then you know deep down, subconsciously maybe, you need a man for something else, particularly, and it's not the money. But you are convincing yourself it's all about the money. Even though you're going to say it indirectly in other ways, trying to justify it, it's about the money.
Fully understand.
And maybe
it's not love that they want.
Maybe
it's not.
Let me finish.
Why does money have to be null and void of love?
I think it's because y'all keep going to money. Like, y'all don't really chime on like the other intangibles as much. It's mostly about the money.
But that's other tangibles. It's whole. It's all of it. If you're missing one, you can't rank.
I can see why the short hair got a wedding ring on and she doesn't have yet. Because the short hair, in my opinion, understands that building a relationship with a man, building a family, is more than just the finance. There is a lot more that a man is actually providing than just the money part. It's not like pick anybody that is broke and is lazy and is not doing anything. That is not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm arguing for. But what I'm saying is the short hair lady being married understands that, look, there is a lot more to it than the finance. There is a lot more to having a man in your life than the finance that I think she doesn't know yet. I believe she doesn't know that yet. She says she's disciplined in all areas, so it's refusing to actually notice that a man comes to the table with a lot more than the money. Just like a lady, because a man will not really care about your money. Your money is not his problem. There are other things a man will be looking for other than the money. So you can have all the money in the world and a man will not choose you. To her, if you don't have the money, if you are not very rich and very successful, then you are not disciplined enough, in her opinion.
On a scale of 1 to 10. In my lifestyle, in people that I know, I don't really know any people that make $70,000
well, I know.
a year.
What about a high school teacher who loves the kids in his community, who's not on that money shit? He wants to serve.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people that I am around on a daily basis, the people that I call on my phone. It's different. So I will say my vantage point for what success looks like monetarily speaking is exponentially different than most people. I understand that. And I'm not here to wrong or shame the person that makes $70,000, because the truth is every single person deserves love. But like Tasia said, that's not going to happen with me, because I live in a space where I want to follow the leadership of my man. I want my man to make the decisions inside of my household.
So I understand where she's going with it. Everybody deserves love. It's just not me. Yeah, that is your choice. That's what you believe and that's what you stand for. And I completely agree. Hey, you can do you. But then when you go ahead to say, I want to follow the leadership of my man, but then you boil it down to the finance, then are you really following the leadership or you are really following the money? Do you get a point? Are you following the leadership or you are following the money? Which one are you actually following? Because you say, I want to follow the leadership of my man, but he got to make a lot more money. So if everything else is in place, just like the man started the question with, everything else is in place. Even the finance part is in place. It's just not a lot. It's enough for two. It's just not a lot like you want it. But everything else is in place and he's grinding and grinding for even more. And then you say, I want to follow the leadership of my man. So if he doesn't make a lot more money, then I can follow him. So you follow the money.
It's not about a dollar amount. It's not, oh, okay.
It is, though.
No,
because he can lead in other ways.
No,
and with finances,
you've got to lead the household. You can, look, money doesn't buy you happiness, but it buys you options.
Exactly. This is the question. The question I want to ask in fairness.
These people just got money. They don't even, the people who think they got money don't even have no bread.
Let me ask you the question.
I disagree with you because I know the people.
I think she's following the money. It's not about leadership. I think there are certain things that a man will bring to the table that is more than the money. In the exact same way that if a man is asking a lady, what do you bring to the table? They're not necessarily caring about the finance part. They're not caring about your degrees. There are certain things they are looking for specifically. And it's the same thing with a man. Like, yes, the finance part plays a part. And that is why I'm saying it's not like you are picking a man that is ground zero and doesn't have anything and it's not grinding and it's not doing anything. No, you're picking a man that is actually making enough for 2 or maybe even for 3 and kids. 70 in certain states can actually take care of a lot of people. The point is, he's on the grind and he's going to lead in certain areas of life that is more than just the finance. It's more than just the finance. So if you're picking somebody, you got to pick somebody that believes in ultimately a higher being. To me, believes in Abba, believes in God. So this person is going to lead you somewhat spiritually. This person has the mindset and the knowledge that even though you say you got the money, he's able to come to the table with different ideas for your business to help your business even flourish. He comes with other things. It's not just about the money. You see that I just mentioned 2 different things right now, but they don't see that. They only see the money. They only see the money. So they say, I want to follow the leadership of my man. Yeah, but you got to make millions of dollars. Oh, so you want to follow the money. It's not the leadership. It's not the man. It's not the man that you are coming to and saying, I want to be a wife. I want to be a woman. You be a husband. You be the man. No, as long as you have the money, then I will let you. Oh, so you're following the money. That's all it is.
You asked her to change. Would you have done it right now?
Yeah, she would have, yes.
If he says he doesn't like the outfit, he wants you to change, before you guys came out tonight, what would your response be?
I changed the outfit.
Well, why would you change the outfit?
Because it's respectful.
Okay, so what do you think about women that call guys insecure for saying something along those lines?
I don't think it's insecurity. I think it's borderline respect if you're trying to get into a serious relationship. Because who are you showing off for? You know what I mean?
See, that's why I'm dating her.
A lot of these women nowadays don't think like this. A lot of these women think differently. For some reason, they will pick you. See, this is where my confusion usually comes in. If you pick somebody as your man, that is my belief. Okay? You don't have to believe what I believe. This is what I believe to be true. If you are picking a man, you better believe you are picking a head of your household. And I'm not saying picking a man as in just fucking around. That's not what I'm talking about. I believe in you dating and ultimately having a long-lasting relationship, marriage. Even if you are not going to do the paperwork in the government and all that stuff, you have such a strong committed relationship like our fathers used to have in the olden days. Like they weren't going to no courts. It was just between the families and stuff. There was no white weddings. That's what I mean. So if you are picking a man, you are picking somebody to come into your life and come lead and take care of some of the things that you would have done by yourself. You want to take off the load and give it to him. Let him deal with it. Let him deal with all the mental stress, the mental load and all that stuff. It's part of him leading. So if you are picking him, you better believe that, hey, this person that I'm picking is actually able to do this. If you don't think he's able to, don't pick him to begin with. But don't pick a man and then come in and then when he says something, you say no. It's like, okay, then why are you with this person? If he sees it and he says, yeah, I don't think that's good. I think that's too revealing. Everything else that you are revealing in here, I think is supposed to be for me and not for the public. So yeah, I think you should change it. You should trust in your man to say, okay, I got you. I respect your opinion and I respect your decisions. That is why I picked you. I'm going to change it. But if you're going to push back and be all feisty about, you were so insecure, it's like, okay, why did you pick the man then? If you want a man that you can wear whatever you want, you should have figured that out from the beginning. Okay, so that you will have an idea that this is the type of man that will allow me to do whatever I want. He won't have no complaints. He won't have no say. I can go and screw somebody tonight. I will come home and he would just say, it's okay. You apologize. We are fine. You can pick that type of man if you want. But don't pick a man that is trying to be a man in his relationship. And then when he tries to be the man in his relationship, you push back. Why did you pick him? And then sometimes too, I wonder, like, I feel like men should come to the table with this. Are you trying to be a woman in this relationship? Are you trying to be a wife in this relationship? Or are you just trying to be you? You got to pick one. And if you pick you're trying to be you, we got nothing to talk about. It's time for me to walk away. Men should do that. Time for you to walk away. And if they're going to pick, I'm going to be the woman in this relationship, I'm going to be the wife in this relationship, then sometimes just be quiet and let me take the lead in some of these decisions. Don't be pushing back everything because you are not you in this relationship. You are being the wife in the relationship. It doesn't mean your opinions don't count. It just means he will consider your opinion, but ultimately he will decide if it's good for both of you. And if you have kids, it's good for all the family, everybody in the family. Ultimately, it boils down to that. He will consider your opinion. He will listen to you. If he won't listen to you, don't pick him to begin with. See, this is where it gets a little tricky. But most of the people, they get into a relationship. Nobody's trying to know each other. Nobody's trying to understand how the other person operates. They get into it, start fucking, get into a serious relationship, possibly even get married. And then now coming to find out, she doesn't listen. Or coming to find out, he doesn't consider my thoughts. He doesn't consider me. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. Don't fuck around like that. Right from the gate, I think you have to put a stop to it at some point and say, hey, are you going to be the woman or are you going to be you? Which one are you? Because I'm going to be the man. I'm not going to be me, because if the man is going to be him, better believe there were a lot of wrong things he was going to do. There were a lot of people he's going to sleep around with. There were a lot of stupid stuff he's going to do if he's going to be him. But if he's going to be your man, he's going to be the husband in the relationship, there were a lot of things he's cutting out to do what he's supposed to do as a husband. Okay, so are you going to be you or are you going to be your wife? You got to pick one of those. And people need to figure it out instead of just waiting. And like her, perfect. Like, hey, if he says so, I respect him enough to change it. That's why I picked him. I know why I picked him. And then he says, that's why I picked her too. It goes both ways.
I'm not listening to man. I'm so sorry.
If you was in a long-term relationship with a man, would you want him to take full control over the health and wellness in that relationship?
No.
No?
Why is he telling me what to do?
What if he knows a lot more about fitness and health?
He doesn't.
See, when it comes to something like this, right? That is the thing. When you talk to people like this, right from the gate, you know exactly what they think. But some men are so dumb that they will catch this right from the gate. Right from the gate. When you hear something like this, time to walk away. They are already telling you what they believe. They are already telling you they don't give a heck about you. They don't think you should come into the relationship and tell them anything. They are going to be them in the relationship, forgetting that when you get into the relationship, it's no longer you. It's just you and somebody you picked. So somebody you either picked to lead you or somebody you picked to be your co-pilot, both ways. So if you picked a lady to be your co-pilot, you are supposed to consider the lady's thoughts. You are supposed to consider her decision making. If you think she's dumb and stupid and cannot make good decisions, you shouldn't have picked her to begin with. The other way around. If you think the man is not smart enough to tell you what to do, it's not smart enough to decide certain things that will be good for you and him at the same time in the relationship, don't pick him. But when you listen to people like this tell you right from the jump, what is a man telling me supposed to do? You are supposed to walk away. You can't change nobody. You are not the person to change nobody. If they are telling you like this, that no, walk away. Don't even deal with it. Don't waste your time.
No. I'm not listening to man. I'm so sorry.
Why not?
Because why is he not listening to me?
Let's just say if you was in a relationship with me and I wanted to get you in better fitness, would you listen to me?
How much money does your company make a year? Like, I think that's the question. Like.
Yeah, I can see the confusion in his face. Jesus. I can see the confusion in his face. Because it ultimately boils down to the money. So they are not with you because you are a man. They are with you because of the money. Which means if you build a lifestyle where you are able to afford everything for her and she becomes a wife to you, 10, 15 years down the line, you lose everything. You better believe she's walking away. Because it was about the money to begin with. It was ultimately about the money. She is following the money. She is a wife to the money. She is a woman to the money, not you. So if along the line you lose your job, something happens with your career, whatever the case is, if your finance drops, she's out because she's not following you. She's not letting you lead. She's making the money lead. As long as the money is there, she's a wife. That is all it is. So it boils down to that, because this got nothing to do with even finance at all. He's just pointed out to you that, look, I am a health guru. I'm a health person that is into fitness and everything. If you are dating me and I'm telling you something to do that is good for you, she says, no. Why am I listening to you? Why are you not listening to me? Obviously, you don't know. Obviously, I'm better at this. He should listen to you. Let's say he's like a barber. Makes a lot of money by the barber. You are a nurse. And then your child is sick. He should listen to you, because even if he's leading, you have the experience in that area. And every smart, intelligent leader knows you got it. He's not going to be all masculine and I know. And no, he doesn't know. He's a barber. He will take it from you. So from the example, the guy is saying, like, let's say you are dating me. I'm the fitness guy. You are not. And I'm telling you something to do. And she says, how much does your money, your business make? So it's not about listening to you. It's about listening to the money. That's all it boils down to.
Listening to you, like, the paycheck needs to match the advice you're giving me. So, like, a Fortune 500 company, okay, I'll listen, because I'm getting paid to listen at that point.
Okay, so what if you had type 2 diabetes and I wanted to help you reverse that? Would you listen to me then?
Well, you can't reverse type 2 diabetes, unfortunately.
What?
Did I just hear the lips of the lady say she's dumb? I thought she said something like that.
You say that?
Well, you can ease the symptoms with lifestyle changes, but like you can't really get rid of it 100%. We don't even really know what causes diabetes, medically speaking.
Most of type 2 diabetes come from being overweight to obese and having an excess of visceral
if you're trying,
fat.
okay, yeah, so you're trying to get your woman in shape, but like where are those standards coming from?
Those standards are coming from the man having higher standards in health and wellness than you do. So if he's able,
with that man, I'm so sorry.
If he's able to communicate that to you, he can improve your health and wellness and for you to live a longer, healthier lifestyle.
That's crazy. She's not looking to be better or even have, well, the tag says bad influence. I applaud you for that. I think that's right. Whoever it is that you influence in your friendship, yeah, you're probably influencing them badly with this kind of thoughts. I think you are.
So let me say this. I mean, how many PlayStations have you bought?
I bought a lot of them, and Xboxes, and GameCubes, and Wii's, all types of
Because you mentioned that with a passion.
Man, look, it's something that we all done went through. We all just don't speak on it.
We
all done dated women with kids, and we all done got the short end of the stick. It's just we all deal with it in different ways. Some of us speak out on it, some of us don't. They always get the bigger end
Some
of
of
the
the
stick.
stuff that you said, I feel like you're talking out of hurt. For that's just me.
I ain't talking out of hurt. You see that these men
that's
ain't
just
disagreeing.
what I think.
Then why don't one man disagree with?
That's gaslighting him to try to, I think that is what gaslighting is. I think she's trying to kind of gaslight him into getting out of what he's talking about, trying to pull you from your logical thinking and the things that you're talking about to be a little emotional about it. And the guy is not really falling for it. So, so she's already putting that thought in your head. You're speaking out of emotions, which most of the time will get you to start speaking out of emotions because you react to it. It triggers you and you start reacting to it emotionally and start saying things. But I don't think he would do that.
Because you're the only person talking, really,
Do
to be
any
honest.
man disagree with what I have said so far? Speak now. If you do, it's fine.
Hey, don't put me in this.
No, I'm for real. I said any man.
I'm staying out the way.
Hey, I'm staying out of this one.
I'm staying out the way on that.
You know,
So yeah, some of it is legit.
If I'm honest,
I'm ready for this.
I'm with him, but I'm not with him. Let me tell you why I'm with him. Some of the things that he's saying makes sense, but I think that when you get with the right woman, you guys communicate, then everything can go the way he's saying.
Love it.
So like I think he's referring to a submissive woman. And I think she's
saying love it as in if we communicate, everything is going to be fine. I promise you it won't. People that are feisty are feisty. People that are feisty are feisty. I promise you. If they are feisty from the gate, you can communicate all you want. It won't work. They're just feisty. They like to disagree for no reason at all. They will disagree with you for just the heck of it. They will disagree with you when they don't even have an option. If you throw it back to them and say, if you're saying this is not good, what is your option? They will say, I don't know. People that are feisty are just feisty. The communication, it won't work. Because they are not really listening to the logic behind what you're saying. They are listening to their own emotions. They are listening to their own feelings that is attached to what you are saying. So whatever you are breaking down logically for them, it's not working. They're not seeing that.
You have to communicate with the woman on a certain level to find out if she is submissive, and then he'll get everything he's talking about. But he's not dealing with submissive women. He's just dealing with, I don't know.
I'm dealing with women that's manipulative. Like women now.
Now I agree with the other, because initially I was confused what he meant by I agree but I disagree. So the guy is he's pretty much saying he is not dealing with women that are on this journey that he actually wants. He's actually dealing with women that are maybe manipulative, like he's saying, toxic, feisty. He's dealing with those type of women. So the problem then becomes, is it really them or is it really you? It's either you have some traits that is terrible and is pulling these people, or you keep going to the wrong place to find the right person and you are not finding them. You keep going to the wrong place, you will find the wrong person. I hope you get what I mean. If you keep going to the same area, if you keep finding women in the same spot, if you keep finding women with the same mindset and the same questions and the same things, you will keep picking the exact same people. So maybe there is something he's doing wrong to begin with. I agree with the brother on that part. But everything else that he's saying, so now I'm on the same stand as him. Everything he's saying is like, okay, you're right. It's supposed to go like this, and it's not going like that. But I disagree because I think you are picking these type of people. But then when you pick the bad people, you want to turn them into something else. They will not. They are not that people.
Nowadays, they only want to be submissive when it fits them. They'll be submissive when we going on trips and when I'm paying the rent and whenever they car break down, I'm getting it fixed and whenever everything else is going good. When I tell you don't go to the club, it's a problem. You submissive whenever you want to be. But whenever I tell you to do something you don't want to do, now you're no longer submissive. That's not going for me. It's not going for me.
I think most of the time it works like that when they are not submissive to begin with. So if they are just submissive to the money, when you are financially taking care of everything, they are not really submissive. They're just there for the money. So they are not. So you are doing something wrong, picking these type of people right from the jump that are only submissive to the money and not really submissive to you as the man. Now, I hate the word submissive. I mentioned that earlier. I will always say they're not going to be the woman to you, the man, or they're going to be the wife to you, the man. That is what I like to say. Because I think if they're going to be the woman or if they're going to be the wife, they would do what the wife is supposed to do. They would do what a woman is supposed to do for the man while you are being your man, which is doing what you're supposed to do as a man. Now, the problem that I see in his thinking is, yes, these people that you're picking are wrong to begin with. So you are supposed to take your time and find them. Just like I said earlier, you are picking the wrong people to begin with. And you want them to change, to become something else.
I can't lie to you. He got some truth in there.
That's true. That's true.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
He ain't saying shit wrong with that.
But what I noticed, I'm noticing that more so in the generation that came before me, the 30 and down. The ones that's around my age and up, they're a little better. But you know, them young ones, they've been having the little issues, you know. They do all of it, and then no offense, baby, but it's too much of the snapbacks of the hands and all that extra. But like you said, when you're doing for them, everything good. But
too much talking back.
I might be with you on this a little bit.
They're not letting us lead.
Yeah.
Yes, they won't let you be the man because they are trying to be their own woman, their own self. They are not trying to be a woman to you. They are not trying to be a wife to you. They are trying to be their own self. So I think the problem ultimately boils down to, look, take your time with it. If you're gonna figure it out if they're actually going to be the wife to you or going to be a woman to you once the relationship begins. You need to pull the money out of it. You need to pull finance out of it. Because the moment you start with the finances and everything, you might not catch on to the fact that they are not following your lead as a man. They are following the money. You will only know if they are actually following you as a man and being a woman to you if there is no money involved in the earlier stages. If you pull the finances out in the earlier stages, you are not there just buying them shoes and chains and watches and wigs and all these stuff. You are not sitting down buying them everything. You are letting them take off the things they are supposed to do for themselves as if they were single. Then you take your time to study them, because in the dating stage, you are actually paying attention. You are actually watching them. If you jump into the dating stage, and I'm not saying go on a date and ask them to pay for anything. That's not what I'm saying. I still believe if you ask a lady out on a date, take care of it. That is not you spending money. That is not where they're going to do that. But they're going to follow the money, and you might miss that they follow the money. If you are 1 month in, 2 months in, and you are already buying them phones, you're already buying them wigs, you're already paying their rent, you're already buying them shoes, buying them clothes, buying them expensive stuff, you might not know if they are actually following you as the man, or if they are being a woman to you as the man, or they are just being a woman to the money. Because you missed it. You jumped in quick with all these money, and doing everything else. You don't know. Pull that out and you will find out. And that is where I think he's missing it when he says, when I'm doing all this, they are submissive. But then when I tell them to do something, they are not. So they are submissive to your money. You probably started too early putting so much into it. Plus, if you are not really in a very serious committed relationship, why are you paying the rent? That's the whole topic again.
Yeah, we need to be able to lead, but how can I lead a woman who every time I say something, she got something to say back? So you get in a relationship with a man who
don't date them.
Do better by you and get you in a better place in life, but you don't want to listen to him. Why are you with him then?
I can't listen to a man or be led by a man that's gonna lead me into darkness. If I see off rip that you finna lead me into some BS,
then
now let me take the reins. I'm gonna have to take the reins to be masculine. Don't no woman wants to.
No, don't do that. Which is exactly what most of the people do. If you say the man is not leading you to the right direction and is going to lead you into the dark, turn the other way, break it off. You don't stay in the relationship and then say, well, since he's going to lead me into the dark, I'm going to be the man and let him be the woman. That's not how that goes. The moment you figure it out from the beginning that this man is not going to lead me right, this man is not going to be productive to me, this man is not going to take me where I want to go, he doesn't have anything spiritually, he doesn't have anything mentally, he's not letting me learn anything, I'm not learning anything from him, he can lead me in any way, let's put the finance and all that stuff on the side. He can lead me in any way. You are not supposed to get in a committed relationship with this person. In that dating stage, once you figure it out, pull out. Don't get into the relationship and say, well, he's not leading me to light, so I'm going to take that from him and do it. No, that's not how that works. Let that man go where he will be leading the person to the direction the person wants to go. If that direction is not your direction, let him go. Don't do that. Which is exactly what men are doing too. Like the man is saying, like, look, in the earlier stages, when you figure something out in the dating stage, don't make it a serious relationship yet. The problem is as soon as we meet, we start fucking. And the moment we start fucking, we forget that we are actually supposed to pay attention to certain things. Nobody's paying attention anymore. Stop fucking right when you meet. If you're going to focus on just the fucking, then maybe you shouldn't try to get into a committed relationship with this person. Just stay in the lane.